Hello and welcome to this JV football matchup between St. Chris and Trinity Episcopal. I'm Hill Butler. I'm here with Christian Gray. Saints coming into this matchup 4-2, having a pretty good season so far.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what they have in store here. I mean, St. Christopher for Trinity, it's been a solid matchup for the past years, and we'll see if they continue that theme today.
Yeah, definitely a bit of a rivalry here. St. Chris and Trinity meet each other a lot in football games, especially varsity. So you don't always see that same intensity with JV, the intensity from the rivalries, but definitely there a little bit.
Looks like the Saints will be receiving here, getting the ball first. So it was a tightly contested match. What do you think, Hill?
I think so. Probably will be. Both teams in the prep league, so prep league matchups usually end up pretty close and can go a little different than you expect. Kicking off for Trinity is Connor Hargan. Kick is low and to the right.
A little bit of a squib there. I'm surprised they didn't just try to let it bounce out of bounds there, get the penalty yardage.
Yeah, and that's 28 Jeremiah Stone, tight end and defensive lineman, the 8th grader, covering that ball for the Saints. He's the only middle schooler on this team. Everyone else is a freshman or a sophomore, so be interesting to see what he can do out on the field playing up.
That's Tony Smith at quarterback here.
Starting off with a passing play, and the pass is complete to James Carney, the freshman. Interesting to see that they're starting off with the passing play. Usually at JV games, middle school games, even varsity games, very run heavy. Don't see a lot of JV teams that comfortable with throwing it downfield.
That's early success. That's what we like to see. I mean, quick play and a little out route. We've seen from the past, Coach Horner loves those plays and was able to pick up the first down.
Yep. Snap is high. Hands it off, and that's going nowhere. That's 25. I believe that's Claiborne Hall on the carry. Taking down the backfield. Going to lose about 4 yards on that play. Looking at 2nd and 14 here. Rolls out. Screen pass to number 1, Coulter Hackney. Did not get much, if at all, there. Going to be looking at a 3rd and long here.
We'll see if he lets it fly here.
Yeah, definitely already looking real comfortable passing it, so I imagine they'll probably sling it, try and get some big yardage and convert this. Rolls out again. Deep pass to the sideline. Had him in wide open, but just overthrown to Parker McKay. McKay got some great separation there. Looked like he was about 4 yards ahead of his guy, but ball is just overthrown, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
I like that play call on 3rd down, though. I mean, like you said, he was definitely open. Just if he puts the throw on it on his man a little bit more, that's probably a touchdown.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Play call was great, just couldn't quite execute. Punting for the Saints is number 99, William Sterling. And that's a pretty good punt. It's bobbled, dropped, and the Saints will recover. There's number 8, Shaquan Garrison, attempted to receive it, but he let it slip through his hands. It's going to be recovered by the Saints. That's Coulter Hackney doing a great job to dive on that quick instinct there to recover it. They're way farther down the field now. Got good field position at about 25 of Trinity's side of the field. And the offense just coming right back on.
I think that's just, the conditions today. It's pretty cold outside today, and, the ball is really hard, and it'll sting when it kind of touches your hands.
Yeah, so we're used to the cold. That's a good run up the middle. Plays stopped, finally bring him down. That's Claiborne Hall, and the carry is going to pick up about 5. Bringing up 2nd and 5 here for the Saints.
Strong run there. I'm seeing a little bit of Derrick Henry there.
Yep. I'll have to put him on my fantasy team. Almost taken in. Looks like a lateral. Number 25, Claiborne Hall. It's a good stop and pitch. Just barely managed to avoid getting hit there. Barely got it out in time, but he did, and it's going to work out for the first down. Now going to be looking at 1st and goal from Trinity's 4-yard line. Or sorry, 8-yard line. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls out right. He's got his man wide open, his number 3 on James Carney. It's a great pass, good play design. That's just took it in, just backed up into the end zone about a yard. Saints strike first, 6-0.
It's been a strong start for Carney today. That's his 2nd catch. He's had about a 10-yard gain. That there is about a 6-yard gain and a receiving touchdown. He's starting off hot.
Yeah, I think some of these games can definitely be altered by which team gets momentum first. Sometimes you see a team that maybe a little worse than the other team, but they manage to strike first, get that early momentum, and just manage to take down a team that aren't supposed to beat. Of course, not to say this Saints team shouldn't beat this Trinity team, but it's to say momentum definitely plays a part.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Saints going to kick it off 2nd time today. Once again, number 99, William Sterling, sophomore kicker, taking this one.
It's good to see that the Saints were able to, capitalize on that field positioning there after the muffed kickoff.
Yeah, creating those opportunities doesn't mean anything if you can't capitalize, so it's good to see, like you said, just good to see that they managed to make something out of that. Making some noise for their kicker. It's a pretty good kick to about the 12-yard line. This one's going to be returned. He's got some blockers. That's number 9. Jaheim Drawn on the carry. Takes it probably about 15 yards.
The Saints defense has been solid in their past games. Hopefully they'll be able to keep that streak going.
Yep, Trinity offense going to take the ball up on their own 31-yard line. It's a song with some Pretty good field position. That's a run up the middle. Number 9, drawn. Going to get about 7 yards out of that. Going to be 2nd and 3. Looks like Trinity going to try and establish a run game early. Takes a snap. It's low. Runs with it. Not getting too far, though. Gain of about 1.5 yards, it looks like. Going to bring up, looks like 3rd and a little less than 1. The snap was pretty low, but he managed to take it up and get running pretty quickly to save what might have been a sack or TFL.
Yeah, very intelligent play from the quarterback. Just trying to make something happen.
And it wasn't quite enough for the first down, but still on 3rd down, only about 1 yard from the first down marker. So Saints going to have to make a big stop here if they want to force a punt. Now I imagine Trinity will probably just run it up the middle. Takes a snap. Handoff. Not getting too far. Looks like it'll probably be enough for the first down, though. And they will say it is. It's Vake Martin taking him down.
See if Trinity sticks with the run game here. It's been successful for them so far.
Yeah, it's still early in the game, but they're definitely establishing that run game. It's interesting to see the dynamic with Saints looking like a pretty pass-heavy offense. Takes a snap, drops back to pass, got pressure right on him, passes it down. That pass is complete to number 85. That's Jake Kelly. Manages to catch it, and that was very near a sack. Barely managed to roll out and avoid that pressure and made a big play out of what looked like could have been a sack. A lot of noise coming from the Saints sideline. Cheesem takes the snap, rolls out again. Deep pass. Good coverage, though. That's overthrown. Coverage by number 1, Coulter Hackney. Pass may be a bit overthrown, but that was good coverage. That's going to bring up a 2nd down for Trinity.
I mean, yeah, I'm honestly surprised that they elected to even throw the ball there. I mean, they're getting a decent amount of yards per carry, especially on first down, and they decided to air it out there. And turns out to be not successful.
Yep, started off that drive with a 7-yard gain just from a run up the middle, then a low snap, prevented them from getting too much yardage, and they just immediately converted for the first down. So I'd agree with you there. I'm surprised they tried passing that. Almost looked like it could have been an offsides penalty. Quarterback takes it, runs up. Can be a gain of about 4 yards there on the quarterback run. That's Cheesem taking the run. That's going to be 3rd down for Trinity. Looking at about 3rd and 6. Interesting to see if they run or pass it. So they did get one pretty good play on the pass. Other one was overthrown. And it is a little bit of a risk of trying to run this since they do have about 6 yards to go.
I'm willing to bet they're going to be in 4-down territory here. You know, kind of in no man's land. A little bit far for a field goal.
Yeah.
A little bit too short to punt.
Yeah, you see that happen a lot for the Saints varsity team last game against Friday. Happened about 3 times, and they had to go for a long force because of that. In this play, it's screen pass, blocked before it can get anywhere, and that's going to be a TFL. And now going to look at 4th and 8. Looks like they're leaving their offense out in the field. Does a great job getting the coverage there for the Saints, stopping him before he could break away. And Titans will now take a timeout. We'll be back after a short break. Welcome back. Trinity just got out of their timeout. Going to go for it on a 4th and 8. Ben will probably definitely see a pass play here. Oh, that's a false start. I'm going to put that on the Titans. Looked like number 74 out there, Don Sikowitz. Got a little jittery.
Yeah, do you think they might bring out the punt unit because now they're pretty far away? I don't know.
Yeah, looking at 4th and 12, definitely risk to go for it. And if they do, Saints will have it on their own 37-yard line. If they do go for it and don't convert. Also might just see maybe a run that, just hope to put them in a little worse field position. So definitely a lot of options the Saints are going to have to worry about here. Drops back to pass, and it's deep up the sideline for number 11, and it's through his hands. That's number 11, Jeremiah Robinson. Went up for it, could not haul it in. Pass went through his hands. It was good over the defender. Had a couple yards of separation, but just could not get his hands on it. And the Saints offense now going to take over on their own 37-yard line.
Yeah, that pass was definitely in the right location. I mean, he threw it back shoulder. He could have easily gotten his feet down for the reception there.
Yeah, I mean, coverage wasn't even all that good. He went up for it. Pass was great. Right over the defender. The only problem was he didn't catch it. So, in that play, you kind of have to execute that. You can't just let that slip through your hands when your quarterback is doing all that for you.
See if Tony Smith continues his success in the passing game here.
It's a toss out, and that's not going anywhere. That's number 9, Jareem Jaron, taking down. It's going to be a pretty big loss. It's going to be looking at 2nd and 14 now for the Saints. Toss to the running back was pretty far, just got the ball way beyond the line of scrimmage and didn't quite have the speed to get past the defenders and now the blockers. Drops back to pass. Screen to number 1 for the Saints. Hackney taken down by number 1 for the Titans. Hulbert Burns. Burns was right on that. That's going to be 3rd and 11 for the Saints. Imagine we'll probably see another deep pass here. Saints coming out of the huddle.
3rd and long. Wouldn't be surprised if he looks in the direction of James Carney again.
Rolls out to pass. Another screen. That's not sure he caught that. Looks like they'll rule that incomplete. That is intended for Nash Milner. Throw wasn't great there. Couldn't haul it in. Not sure if they would have gotten it either way, as did have a lot of guys in front of him and a lot of yards to go. So Saints now 4th and 11, going to bring out the punting team. Sterling punts it away. It's a pretty good punt. And that punt is going to land Trinity's 34-yard line. Chisholm takes the snap, hands it off. And this one's going way far. That's about 13, 14 yards for number 9, Jerron.
There's a flag in the backfield, though.
Let's see what they call this one. I think they called the play dead before he got too far. Refs are conferring a little bit, so I'm not sure what they're going to call this one.
My guess is definitely holding on the offense.
I'd say you're probably right. He's going to wave the flag off. They're going to call that a big gain for Trinity. It's about 15 yards for Jerron. Trinity's going to have it on their own 48-yard line. Almost at midfield, but not quite. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. We'll be back shortly for the start of the second. We're back for the second quarter. Trinity is going to start this one off with 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line.
Second time we've seen the tight end come in motion here.
Chisholm takes the snap. Screen pass out to number 80, who will maybe get a yard. It's number 80, Ryan Harris.
It's a great tackle there from 26, Dwayne Fleming there.
Yeah, Saints were right on that one, and they're going to call this one gain of about 1. Looking at 2nd and 9. Both teams surprisingly comfortable with throwing it, although Trinity does seem to like running it quite a bit more than the Saints do. A lot of noise on the Saints sideline here. Chisholm takes the snap, a little low. Another run. Huron takes that one. Some commotion on the field. No flags there. It's going to be 3rd and 6.
Yeah, might have gotten away with the penalty there.
Yeah, I looked away for a second, so I'm not sure exactly what happened, but definitely a lot of shouting.
Third and long. You think they're going to see a run or pass here, Hill?
I think probably pass. Definitely very comfortable with that, but not running a lot, so maybe they'll try and throw him off with the run. It is going to be a pass. Deep one, up the sideline. Overthrown. Great coverage there. That looked deep for Robinson. Overthrew him a little bit, had the coverage right on him. It's a risky throw he just took. And that's going to bring up 4th and 6 for Trinity.
This is the second time we've seen that today. He's been throwing it deep to number 11.
Yeah, it seems to be one of his favorite targets there. Although you did see him drop a pass earlier that was right in his hands. Just went right through his hands, so see how much he targets him more, and that's going to be false start, I imagine, on Trinity. Saw him jump a little bit there. Yeah, and they're going to put this one on Trinity. Going to be a false start. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty, and they're looking at 4th and 11 now.
Surprised they haven't brought out a punt unit yet.
Yes, maybe they just imagine they probably just don't have anyone who can really punt, because going for a 4th and 11 on midfield is definitely risky. And, I mean, you're only down 7 and the second quarter just started, so, I mean, you're definitely still in this football game. And Chisholm takes off running, going nowhere, taken down behind the line of scrimmage. And they will turn it over on downs. Saints will take over in Trinity territory. Saints offense will line up. Pitch out to number 20, breaking a couple tackles, getting through. That's a big gain. Looks like about 23 yards on the play. For number 26, Dwayne Fleming, the sophomore running back. Coach Sherman looks happy with that one.
Yeah, definitely agree. I mean, great run there. I think most of that was also yards after contact as well, because it looked like he got hit early in that play and was able to stay up and kept going.
Yeah, I thought he might go down just at the line of scrimmage. He got hit by a couple of guys. Just managed to power through, and once he was out there, he was not easy to stop. Had to get about 3 guys on him to bring him down. Another pitch out. Yeah, it's Joyne again. Once again, Dwayne Fleming with a big gain. Looks like about 14, 15 yards. Really establishing his presence early in the second quarter. I think that's about 40, 45 yards just in 2 plays.
Yeah, I mean, he's accounted for pretty much all the yards on this drive, considering the Saints started around the 45-yard line.
Yep. And once again to Fleming. Powering through. That's going to bring up second down. It's a gain of about 4. And Fleming will come off the field, sub out. So, see what else Horner has up his sleeve.
They got Claiborne Hall in the backfield now.
Pitch to Claiborne Hall. Doesn't get much, if anything. Looks like a gain of maybe 1. That's going to be third down, no gain. Once again, 3rd and 6. Looking at deep in Trinity's territory, looking about their 10-yard line. I imagine if they have a kicker, so I imagine they might go for a field goal here.
I don't know. I think we might see another pass play. We've seen that mesh play they kind of run in the end zone here.
So he rolls out, looking for his man, keeps running, lost the football. They're going to call it an incomplete pass. A flag comes out.
Late hit.
Yeah, way late. Was on the ground, got up, then got hit. Hit by number 40, Tucker Whittle. Yeah, it looks like unnecessary roughness against Trinity.
Yeah, definitely a clear unnecessary roughness call there. I mean, he stood up and the Trinity player came and knocked him right back over.
Yeah, I don't know if he's just run on instincts or if he did it on purpose, but it's going to be 4th and 1 for the Saints. This is definitely a situation where you want to go for it. It's a handoff. And see if they rule him in or out. And they're going to say he did not get to the line of the first down marker, sorry. It's going to be Trinity's ball deep in their own territory at about their own 6-yard line. Man, the Saints get a stop here. They can get some pretty good field position.
I definitely agree. I mean, I think they should definitely try to bring some pressure here, considering their quarterback's going to really be starting in their own end zone here.
Yep, I'd imagine Mr. Horner has a pretty aggressive style of coaching. So I'd imagine he'll probably send some blitzers, try and bring him down. Maybe try for a safety. They're going to hand it off. Not going very far. Looks like about a loss of 2. Brought down by Fleming, the running back, who had a couple of pretty big plays.
Yeah, he's been all over the place so far, offensively and defensively, making great plays for the Saints.
Yeah, and he's a sophomore this year. Imagine if this is how he always plays, imagine we'll probably see him on varsity next year. Trinity now looking at 2nd and 12 from their own 4-yard line. Definitely a tight situation. Especially how, you see how pass heavy their offense is. You're going to have to see if they want to run it because they just lost 2 yards on that. He's going to drop back to pass. Pressure coming. Gets it off, though.
I believe there's a flag on the field. I think that might have been. I think that might be holding on the offense from what I saw.
Yeah, it looked like they were kind of desperate to not give up a safety and keep their quarterback clean. They kind of risked the penalty there. And that's going to be holding in the end zone. And that's going to be a safety for the Saints. That's a bad mistake there from Trinity to let up 2 points and get a ball away. So Saints got a little lucky with that penalty, although pressure might have got to him if they didn't hold them. So Saints did a great job bringing that pressure and getting that safety.
Yeah, I mean, I think either way, holding, if he doesn't get the holding call or doesn't hold him in general, I think pressure probably is going to get there anyways.
Yeah, he had pressure on his face. Guy coming from his right, it looked like. Defender tried to hold him, keep the quarterback clean, and just refs were right on that and gave the Saints a safety. And that's just kind of a mistake you can't make on offense. So Saints didn't score on didn't score on their own previous drive, but it's all going to work out as they will get 2 from that safety.
Well, we haven't seen their punter all day, and I think he's going to have to punt it here, right, because of safety?
I think it looks like a kickoff. Not 100% sure on the rules, but yeah, it's a kickoff just a little further in their own territory than going to be on the 20-yard line instead of their 40-yard line. It's
onside kick.
And Trinity, do they recover it? That's not something I expected to see.
So the Saints are going to get the ball here.
It looks like.
I thought he pointed.
No, it looks like Trinity is going to take it. Looks like they covered that. Don't think anybody's ready for that onside kick except Trinity. I certainly did not see that coming. The Saints definitely caught off guard there.
Unfortunate turn of events there for the Saints.
Yep, Trinity looks maybe a little desperate just to get something going after letting up that touchdown. Now that safety. Definitely want to make some statement here, get some points on the board quick, especially only 5 minutes left in the half. So the Saints, if they score on that previous drive, maybe would not leave them enough time for that offense to score. And this is going to be another run up the middle that's not going to go very far. Gain of 1, maybe 2. They're going to say gain of 2, 2nd and 8 for Trinity's offense.
Looks like recently the Saints' run defense this year has started to lock it in a little bit more.
Yeah, early in the game you saw some big gains for Trinity on the run, but now they're second half it looks like they're not getting much outside 1-yard gain, 2-yard gains, and TFLs. Saints looking like man coverage here. Chisholm takes the snap, drops back to pass, pressure coming, and he's sacked.
Number 55, Sam Hiscock there.
Yeah, it's a huge play for him. Got right past that O-line. Looked like Swiss cheese there, and he just got right to him and brought him down. That's going to be a big loss of about 7 yards, and Trinity's offense now looking at what was 2nd and 8 become 3rd and 15. And that is Very not what you want to happen for Trinity's offense. I imagine we'll probably see another deep pass here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's in the direction of number 11 on Trinity.
Yep, definitely seems to be a favorite target of Chisholm's. Just back. He's a screen pass, number 85, who takes it in but is going nowhere. Gain of a couple, but not even close to first down yardage.
I'd be shocked if we don't see a punter here.
Yeah, that's going to be 4th and 11. Deep in their own territory, so, I mean, if I'm the coach, I'm definitely calling a punt. Unless I don't have a punter, which, I mean, it is JV, so that's going to be it's going to be a timeout from the Saints, and we'll be back after a short break. Offense coming back on the field after Saints timeout. Looking at 4th and 11 here on their own 23-yard line. And looks like they're going to try and punt this one. And the snap is high. He drops it. Manages to get the punt off, though. And this one's going to be returned. Breaks a couple tackles. Gets through. That's number 3, James Carney on the return. Freshman wide receiver.
That was almost a train wreck on the punt there.
Oh, yeah. Snap was way high. He brought it down and just dropped it. It was nearly blocked, but Saints just couldn't quite get there to capitalize on that mistake.
Yeah, I think the Titans are very lucky to not have the ball on their own 10-yard line right now.
Yeah, it's still going to be really good field position for the Saints, who will have it on Trinity's 39-yard line. And Saints have about 2 minutes left in this half to score here. Pressure coming. Deep throw downfield. Nobody there. Trying to get it to Carney. Freshman, but just maybe a little miscommunication, maybe a little PI there. But nobody in the area for that deep pass.
Yeah, maybe it was a little bit of contact, but I don't think the ball is really a catchable pass.
No,
So.
I would say no. I would agree with you. Now looking at 2nd down for the Saints. Drops back to pass again. Pressure coming. Pump fake. Deep pass. And he's out of bounds before the ball even gets to him. Ball is overthrown a little bit. Had pressure right there on him. And that's going to be 3rd down for the Saints after 2 incompletions. Draws back again to pass. Play action. Shovels it out on the screen pass and taken down before he can get even close to that first down marker. Gain of 2 or 3 for Fleming. It's a good job just getting the ball off the avoiding the sack. And that's going to be a timeout taken by the Titans. We'll be back after a short break. We're back after a short break and a debate about NFL kicker range. And the punt is fumbled, but he just manages to get it off. Snap was low, slipped through his hands. Had a guy right in front of him, and I'm really surprised that one wasn't blocked. And that's a great job to just get that off by William Sterling. Horner does not look very happy about that one. And Trinity offense not going to take over at their own 19-yard line, it looks like. Not great starting field position. Drops back to pass again. This one's deep for number 80, and that's overthrown in great coverage. Tried to target Ryan Harris, but Hackney on the coverage was right in front of him, and the ball is just over his head.
I believe that's the second time or third time that Hackney's gotten the ball thrown up in his direction, and he's been able to make it an incomplete pass.
Yeah, Hackney's been doing pretty good on the coverage here. And the Trinity team has just not been able to complete a lot of passes, which isn't great considering how pass-heavy their offense seems to be compared to other JV teams. Chisholm takes the snap, drops back again to pass, takes off with it, and he's going far, slides after about a gain of 14 or 15 maybe. So you have to see where he marks him, converts the first down on the quarterback run. It's only a minute left in the second half. Trinity, if they want to score, they're going to have to get something going quick.
Time is of the essence here.
Drops back. He's it deep again, and it's overthrown again. That's way overthrown. Tried to get it out to number 1, Hobart Burns, but, I mean, just way farther downfield than his target was, and it's going to be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, we've seen Trinity. They kind of really like going to those wheel routes. We kind of see the guy out of the backfield run that route down the sideline.
Yeah, it's a good observation, but not really working out for him a ton. Completed a couple of deep passes, but most of these are just thrown way too deep for that receiver. Incomplete pass does stop the clock, though, so they're going to have 48 seconds to make a play.
Empty backfield. Sure pass here.
Yep. Takes a snap, drops back. Pressure in his face, manages to complete the pass, but it's gain of maybe 9 yards. Didn't look like it was quite enough for the first down. They're going to say it was enough for a first down. It's like no huddle here. Another quick play. Pressure in his face right here, and he's sacked. It's number 28, Jeremiah Stone, bringing him down. And that's a bad loss for the Trinity. And that's a timeout taken by the Trinity to try and stop the clock. We'll be back after another short break. We're going to come back after this short break. 15 and a half seconds left in the second half for Trinity trying to make a play. Saints sideline getting loud. Takes a snap. Heaves it deep. Play is blown dead, though. Going to call out a false start on Trinity. And that's, at least stops the clock, I guess, but not what you really want to have happen in this situation.
Yeah, definitely another costly mistake there. Now they have to throw it even farther.
Yeah, I mean, you saw another really bad penalty that led up that safety.
A little bit of an interesting score at 9-0.
Yeah, don't see that much in football games, especially when there have been no field goals attempted. Got one guy in the backfield, takes a snap, drops back, pressure right on him, and he passes it, and it's intercepted. It's number 12, Whitfield Mullins. Sophomore DB takes that. Pass was not great, right to him. And just 4.5 seconds left in this half, so can't imagine they were going to score on that play either way. And I imagine the Saints will probably just kneel out this half as they are up 9-0.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. I don't think there's any reason to force a pass, risk on an interception.
Yeah, they will kick off the Trinity after halftime, though. But at the same time, Trinity's offense has not been able to do much with the ball, so I don't imagine they're very worried about getting a quick score in here. But they will drop back to pass, and quarterback takes off with it. Game of about 5 will definitely not affect the final score, though. And that's the end of this first half. Saints lead 9-0 after a touchdown and a safety. And they will kick off after halftime to Trinity. And we'll be back then. Welcome back to this football matchup against Trinity. Coming out of the half, Saints lead 9-0, low-scoring game. Saints have scored off of a touchdown and a safety caused by a holding in the end zone by Trinity, and they will kick off to start the half.
Yeah, I mean, so far the Saints have really just been capitalizing off of costly mistakes by Trinity. I mean, you had the muffed punt in the first quarter that led to the Saints' only touchdown, and you had the holding call in the end zone that led to 2 points for the Saints as well.
Yep, and something we've seen for Trinity, they like passing it, but they have thrown a lot of incompletions. This one's going to be returned by number 1. It's Halbert Burns on the return, about 20 yards maybe. Going to be brought down by Stone Ayers. So Trinity will start this drive off on their own 33-yard line. Trinity looking like pass. Snap it, handoff, and he is brought down before the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a loss of about 2. Great defensive play to start off this drive for the Saints. It's a timeout on the field. Looks like Trinity has a man down. Timeout did not last too long. Trinity offense staying back on the field with 2nd and 12. Takes the snap, handoff again. This one gonna get a lot further, but not enough for the first down, about 4 or 5 yards short of that marker. And that's drawn on the play. And Trinity now looking at about 3rd and 4.
Much more manageable than where they were.
Yeah, definitely. That was a great run by John to kind of loosen up the situation a little bit. Takes the snap, runs it with himself, breaks away, and he's going to be just beyond the first down marker, plus maybe a yard. And that's going to be good for a first down on the quarterback run.
Yeah, the Titans had a lot of success on the first quarter of the game running the football. We'll see if it looks like they're trying to get back to that previous success here. They've run the ball the majority of the plays on this drive so far.
Yeah, first 3 plays, I believe, in that first drive when they first got the ball were all running plays. Thought they might try to establish that early and be really run heavy. Looked like beyond that was a lot of passing, but like you said, definitely returning to the run a little bit. Takes the snap, drops back to pass this time, fires it right in front of him to his tight end. That's number 85, Jake Kelly, on the play for about 5 yards. Going to be 2nd and 5 now for Trinity.
Their offense is looking a little bit more confident than what we saw in the first quarter. First half, excuse me.
Probably decided to throw us deep passes during halftime because a lot of incompletions on this place. And it's going to be an outside run. He's breaking away a little bit, finally brought down. Gain of about 8 yards.
It's another successful run there. They're starting to put some stuff together here.
Yep, Saints maybe a little prepared for coverage for deep passes because saw that a lot in that last half. So maybe a little caught off guard by all this running. Another handoff to the outside, cuts it in. It's brought down after maybe 2 yards. Now we're going to be looking at 2nd and 9.
So you have to keep the ball on the ground here once again.
That's going to be a delay of game. Just could not snap it in time. That's just another avoidable penalty. And Trinity going to turn 2nd and 9 to 2nd and 14.
Long way from home here.
Oh, barely past midfield. Jots back to pass again, and pressure right there, and he's sacked. And that's number 9, the DV, Charles Ayers, right through that line. And that's a big sack. Gonna lose, looks like about 10 yards on that. Looking at about 3rd and a mile here.
This is time one of those long passes that they've been running would come handy, but you just haven't had a lot of success with it today.
Yeah, I had that one deep pass where he had pressure and was rolling out, and then since then I've been trying to replicate that success, and I've just been throwing incompletion after incompletion, just keeps overthrowing his receivers. So I have to see if it'll work out for him this time or if he'll try something different. Takes the snap, and it's a handoff, and that's going nowhere. Brought down by number 28, Jeremiah Stone, the D lineman, the 8th grader playing up. And that is 4th and 25, it looks like. 4th and 21. That is a long way to go, and I would definitely punt away, and it looks like that's what they're going to do. This is number 88, Connor Hargan, taking the punt. Takes it, low snap, puts it off, nearly blocked. It's gonna return this one, not very far though, maybe a yard on the return. The Saints offense going to take over on their own 44-yard line.
See what Coach Horner can cook up here on this drive.
He It's a handoff to Fleming again. Rolls out, cuts in, spin move off the defender. Gonna get some good yardage out of that. Looks like they're right on him, but he just managed to power through. Spun a little bit. Went down though. They're gonna call a timeout. Looks like he may be hurt. Both teams retaking the field there. Last play was about an 8-yard run by Fleming. And you're going to be looking at 2nd and 2. Another run up the middle. And he's maybe a little short of that first down marker. We'll see where I have to get him. And that's number 25, Claiborne Hall, the wide receiver. And they're going to say it is enough for a first down. It's going to be 1st and 10 inside Trinity territory. So it's another handoff. Not going very far this time. Half yard, maybe a yard on that. Once again, Hall on the carry. Claiborne Hall, primarily a wide receiver and DB. So, interesting how they're playing him at running back here. Fleming is cramped a little bit, can't play right now, so maybe just fill in where they can. And Saints going to get a 2-yard gain on that play, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. And pressure coming, heaves it downfield, and that is coverage maybe a little aggressive there, but no PI call. And the ball was over his head, intended for number 3, James Carney. Just couldn't quite hit him.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like a pretty great throw to me.
Yeah, I think that might have been a little contact before the ball got there. But refs don't call anything. It's going to say 3rd and 8. And it's pitch out to 25, Claiborne Hall, who's running. He's going the distance. He might get in the end zone, and he's there. That's a 45-yard run by Claiborne Hall to get 6 for the Saints. And that's a huge play by Claiborne Hall.
Yes, sir. They don't call him the bull for no reason.
No, they do not. The Saints now lead 15-0. Can make it 16 here with the extra point. That's a great play. Had the pitch to the outside. He had the blockers. He had the speed. That's great play design. Great execution by the players. Extra point nearly blocked, but it is good. The Saints take a 16-0 lead with 1 minute and a half remaining in the third quarter.
That's just a great play from sophomore leader Claiborne Hall on the option route. He got great blocking, and as soon as he got ahead of steam there, he just took off. I mean, like I said earlier, Derrick Henry, I mean.
Yes, sir. And Sherman Horner looked impressed with that one, and he is a hard man to impress. Saints now going to kick it off once again. It's once again William Sterling, the sophomore kicker. It's a good kick. Fielded to around the 10-yard line. It'll be picked up. That's number 1 for Trinity. Barely managed to bring him down. That's number 1, Hobart Burns on that return. That's a good one, about 30 yards. Managed to get him down before he got too far, but he had a lot of green grass in front of him and not a lot of kids. Not a lot of players, sorry.
That he did. I mean, William Sterling, it was surprising, but he was the one that actually got to him first. The kicker, William Sterling, got to him first. He was able to make the stop.
Yeah, it's great hustle from Sterling. And Trinity's offense now going to take over on their own 44-yard line. Some pretty good field position thanks to that return. As he rolls out, stumbles a little bit on the roll, but Chisholm takes it and looks like he's out of bounds, about 2 yards short of the first down marker. And they're going to say 2nd and 2 for Trinity's offense.
That's also a pretty successful play I've seen so far out of the Trinity offense. I mean, they run that QB draw, and they're getting consistently, solid gains from it.
Yeah, quarterback is pretty good rushing capability, and they're going to push their guy up. Looks like he probably got the first down to me. And they will say he did. Barely managed to get to the marker, and it's going to be a first down for Trinity. Trinity now has it in Saints territory. Another handoff for the outside run. Cuts in, does not get much out of that, though. Maybe a yard, if anything.
See the varsity football guys coming in to support the JV guys. Varsity football's got a big game this weekend against Trinity on Saturday.
Yep, always great to see the varsity team come out and support the younger guys. And that's going to be 2nd and 10 for Trinity's JV offense. He drops back another deep pass, and flags come out, caught the ball. He's was out of bounds though, caught it. But there is a flag on the play, and I imagine they'll probably call this PI as it was at the spot of the pass. Yeah, that'll be pass interference and push Trinity up about 15 yards. That's bad penalty for the Saints.
Yeah, tough mistake. I mean, they've been avoiding that penalty all day, playing great coverage all day. Just fortunate they had one slip up there.
Yeah, definitely difficult as a DB to try and get that good coverage and keep close to him without touching him and, pushing him around a little bit. Definitely a hard position to play. There's another quarterback run, and he'll go on the outside, maybe 2 or 3 yards out of that one before he goes out of bounds. And that will be the end of the third quarter, and we'll be back at the fourth. Welcome back. Start of the fourth quarter here. Trinity's offense has it on the Saints' 30-yard line on 2nd and 1 after about a 1-yard game on the quarterback run. Chisholm takes it, runs out the middle again. Pressure right on him, but just can't bring him down. They're going to force him out of bounds after about 3 or 4 yards. There's number 9, Charles Ayers, is just right behind him, but did not quite have the speed to take him. And that's going to be 3rd and 6 now for Trinity's offense. I imagine if they don't get this, they'll go for it on the 4th because about 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter just started. They're now at 16-0. So they need some fast points here.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, I think if they want to have a shot to win this one, they've got to put up points on this drive.
Yeah, might even go for 2 here down 16. And snap is high, drops back to pass, but he takes off with it up the middle. And flag on the play. Looks like he got 10 yards, but there is a flag.
Yeah, it is in the backfield.
And that's going to be holding on the Titans. Pushing back 5 yards.
Negates the big gain there. I mean, they've been doing stuff like that all game. That's I think the second or third time I can remember today that they've had a solid play and just come back because of holding.
Yeah, not to mention that safety they gave up to holding in the end zone. And that's going to be about 3rd and 15 here for Trinity's offense. Definitely not a good situation. Now I imagine we'll probably see another deep pass. Have not gotten a lot of incompletions on those. Last one did work out, though, after a PI call. Saints sideline getting loud with the varsity plays there. Drops back to pass. Pressure right there. Gets it out to his guy. And he's going, and he's stopped there. That's number 1, Hobart Burns on that catch. That's gain of, looks like about 8 or 9, and they're looking at 4th and 7 here. And they will go for it.
Yeah, I think if they're not able to get it here, that just might do it.
Yeah, Saints just, I imagine Saints get here, just burn as much time on the drive as possible. And if they score, they score, and if they don't, just, I mean, they're up 2 possessions, and other team won't have too much time to make that up. Takes the snap, drops back to pass, deep downfield up the sideline, and that is incomplete. Pass was good, but the coverage was better. And that's intended for number 11, Robinson. Definitely favorite target. Has not been able to do much, though.
Yeah, great coverage there from Whitfield Mullins.
Yeah, that was excellent play there. You've seen a lot of great DB play here for the Saints throughout this whole game, really. The Trinity offense has not been able to do much, even on some pretty good passes.
Yeah, they've been tested a lot of times, and only coming. They really haven't called any of them, and they've only had one penalty for pass interference. So it's been a solid performance.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely reflected in the score here. Saints offense taking over at their own 28-yard line. And no surprise, it's a handoff that is not going anywhere. And that's going to be a loss of a couple yards. Now going to be 2nd and 13 for the Saints. Clock is running down. 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. So Trinity probably needs a turnover pretty soon if they want to stay in this one. Saints hand it off again. He trips a little bit and is caught up by number 54. That's Jalen Newton on the tackle there. That's going to be lost for about 1 to 2 yards, and they will be looking at 3rd and 14.
Your prediction was right. I mean, they're just trying to keep the ball on the ground here and burn as much of the clock as they can.
Yeah, I mean, even if you do get the ball back, it doesn't really matter that much if you can recover an onside kick and don't give them enough time to make up that score. And that's going to be timeout taken. And that's going to be Saints timeout there. We'll be back after a short break. And we're back after a short timeout by the Saints. Offense looking at about 3rd and 14 here. Drops back to pass. Pressure coming. Just a beam down the field to number 3. That is number 3, James Carney, the freshman wide receiver on that. And they will give him the first down. That's a great effort to get that extra yardage. Powered forward a couple of yards and stuck his arm out to get that first down. That's a great pass and a great play by that wide receiver.
That's just what they needed. I mean, now they can just run the ball a couple more times, keep draining the clock.
Yep, and a punt or turnover not going to be very disastrous here as, 6.5 minutes up by 2 possessions. And that's a run play up the middle, no surprise there. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. That's Claiborne Hall again. Going to gain about 1 yard on that play. Looking at 2nd and 9.
Yeah, you can see Trinity just stacking the box there. They know a run's coming.
Yep, almost taken down in the backfield, but not quite. That's number 14, Tony Smith on that play. Quarterback.
See if they can convert another 3rd down here.
Yeah, converted the last one, which is about 3rd and 14 with that impressive pass to James Carney, who powered forward a little bit. And he's going to roll out again to pass. Gives it to number 1, who avoids the tackle, gets a couple extra yards out of that. That's number 1, Coulter Hackney, the wide receiver. Taking down my Newton there. Now it's going to be 4th and 2. And Saints going to bring out the punt team. And that's William Sterling again, punting it away. Really in the special teams here, sophomore Sterling. I imagine the Saints are not too worried about losing this game up 16.
Yeah, and only 4 minutes and 30 seconds left to add to that.
Yep, especially shutting out their opponent's offense, just not doing much. So that is Sterling punts it away. It's a pretty good punt. And that is number 9 on the return. Not very far, that's drawn. And that's a great punt. You do not see special teams players who can kick it that far on JV. There's a flag, though, at the spot of the return. That's unnecessary roughness on the Saints. I'd like to talk about that punt, though. That was a really great punt for a JV player. You know, when Christian Rogers graduates, I imagine they'll have William Sterling to look to fill that spot on varsity next year.
Yeah, definitely.
And Trinity's offense going to take over on the 45 thanks to that penalty on the Saints. Takes a snap, drops back to pass. Pressure coming. Rolls out. And he passes it. And they will call that complete. That's Jake Kelly's tight end there. And it's going to be a gain of about 9 yards. Barely didn't get to the first down mark at 2nd and 1.
I believe we're going to be seeing an air raid here offensively.
Yeah, I'd imagine you're right. And a quick pass. Got that out real quick to his wide receiver number 21, Porter Scogan. First start he's gotten all night, I believe. And that's going to be Titans' first down there on the Saints' 40-yard line, now in Saints territory. Takes snap, drops back, fires off to the right to number 9, who's taken down immediately. That's number 11, Parker McKay, with a big hit on Drawn. Drawn has gotten plenty of targets, but not a ton of catches this game, and looks like there might be an injury out in the field. This draw went down. Came right back up, though. And at Trinity, it's going to be about 3 for them. So that's going to be 2nd and 7. You saw number 11, Robinson, getting a lot of targets this game. Has not been able to come down with much, though. That's probably one of his first catches. Drops back to pass. Pressure coming. And he takes off, and he's going quick, but is taken down before the first down marker. Saw quickness from Chisholm, just barely not enough for that third down. For that first down, sorry. And they're looking at 3rd and 1. Only about 2.5 minutes left in this game. And they need to get something going real quick. Snap is low. Fires off to the right, and that's dropped. Passes maybe a little out of reach. Managed to get one hand on it, but I think it's just his fingertips, and pass dropped down.
It is 4th down now. The Saints are able to come up with the ball here, get the turnover on downs somehow. I mean, that should pretty much do it.
Yeah, I imagine just maybe like one first down conversion. He'll just be able to kneel it out. Trinity, 4th and 1. Takes a snap, and they're going to pass for it. No, he's going to run with it. And he's going to get the first down and much more. Taken down at the Saints 20 for the first down. Clock is still moving. Looks like a no-huddle offense here.
Yeah, I mean, they've been successful this last drive because they really kind of have a sense of urgency.
Drops back. Manages to get it off. Manages to complete that pass. It's a good job to get that complete. And that's 21 Scogan again. Going to be 2nd and 6. Clock still running. 1.5 minutes left in this game. Trinity down 16-0. Drops back to pass again. He fires it deep for the end zone. And that's no good. They're going to say he did not have possession in bounds. Definitely a close call there. They're going to say he stepped out. That will stop the clock, though. Doing a close call there, and going to be 3rd and 6 now. That will stop the clock. Drops back. Flag coming out. He's running with it. And he falls down about the line of scrimmage. And that's going to be an illegal shift on the Titans. Just hurt him a little bit more here in these last moments of the game.
Yeah, that offensive penalty, the illegal shift, has been haunting them all game.
Yep. Got to clean that one up. And 3rd and 6 now turned into 3rd and 11 for the Titans. Clock is still running. Takes the snap, drops back, fires it, and that's off the hands of his receiver. It's a good pass, but 21, Scogan just could not keep on to it. He had the last couple catches, I think, for Trinity, but couldn't haul that one in. And that's going to be 4th and 11 now, and obviously they will go for it.
Desperation time for them. They've got to make something happen here. The game is officially over.
Yep. And I imagine if they do get a touchdown here, probably go for the onside kick. If they recover that, it'd still be trouble. So, game looking real out of reach here, but definitely not impossible.
Here we go.
Motion drops back to pass, and that play is blown dead.
Offsides on the defense.
Now that'll be push him up about 5 yards, and we're going to have 4th and 6 now. I don't imagine this will make a big impact on the outcome, as probably going to try for a deep pass anyway.
A little bit more manageable for 4th down, but they got to get it.
Drops back again, fires it laser, and that's... And they're going to say... They're going to say he got in the end zone. I believe that's a fumble recovery touchdown there. No, it will not be a touchdown. That will be a touchdown. Sorry. They're going to go for 2 here.
They've got to get this as well.
Drops back again to pass. Fires it. And that is a good pass right there, right in his chest. To number 11, Robinson. And that's going to make the score 16-8 with 17 seconds left in this game. I imagine Trinity will try for an onside kick here. If they don't get it, it is over.
I mean, they almost recovered the one that they tried earlier in the game.
Almost. Saints probably weren't expecting it there, and that probably contributed to that play. So I imagine we'll probably be more prepared for this one, but it is always a possibility that they do recover. It's Hargan once again on the kick. It's going to be a timeout. Special teams retaking the field after that short timeout. As Saints recover this, they can put the game away. Trinity cards, they're going to have to do something real fast.
It'd take a miracle.
That it would. It's Hargan again taking this kick. And that's going to go out of bounds. but there is a flag. Yeah, I realized that after I said that. And Saints will recover, and I imagine they'll just kneel it out.
I believe we'll be seeing victory formation here. Just to take care of the last couple seconds of the game.
Yeah, just one kneel down, let the clock bleed out, and that'll be it. Another flag on the play. Not sure what this one is. That might have been delay of game, possibly.
There's too many men on the field, I believe.
That'll do it. Yep, just a little confusion on the Saints sideline, but still going to be first down. Just going to end it with a kneel down. Or they're going to hand it off.
Interesting play call.
That's a timeout from the Saints. Not sure why Hornets decided to call that one.
Yeah, I'm a bit baffled with that play call there.
Yeah, I thought for sure they just kneel down and let the clock run down. I guess Hornet just didn't like how a couple of those plays went and wanted to run him back.
Perplexing move, you could say.
He's handed off and he just sat down.
Trinity calls a timeout to stop the clock.
Really confusing series of events here. It's third and 17 it looks like. And they're going to run the ball again. Which going to get not much from it. And that's the end of the game. And Saints will take it 16-8 in a defensive battle. Saints with 2 touchdowns and a safety. Trinity with a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Thank you all for watching. I'm Hill Butler alongside Christian Gray. Good evening.